at you. I get back at you. I get back at you. I'm the man, I knew damn Mr. Malibu. Had to get back at you. Had to get back at you. Yeah. Alright. Back at you. Alright, I get back to studying real quick. Alright?
Okay.
When I get done, we can play, okay?
Yeah.
Alright. And the man Mr. Malibu. What?
Grandpa didn't say the headphones for me, so I can't hear a monster trucks.
We got phones for you.
No, headphones.
Oh. And the new damn Mr. Malibu. That thing's still loading, dude. That thing's still loading, dude. Why is it still motherfucking loading, dude? Why is it still loading, dude? Why is it still loading, dude? It is so fucking still loading, dude. It's still fucking loading, dude. Yeah, it's still loading, dude. You got a damn mention of Malibu. Why is it still loading, dude? Why is it still loading, dude? Strip down all your wrongs. What the heck, bro? Get me loading that long. Bare tits on a strip club. Alright, buddy. Alright. Had to get back at you. Had to get back at you. Blue tits are blue tits. I said blue tits, bare shit, sit on a strip club. Okay, what am I doing? Alright. Sitting on out here. I can't study if you're out here. I'm trying to be quiet. Got a new damn mansion in Malibu.
Osquery is an open source agent created by Facebook in 2014. It converts the operating system into a relational database. It allows us to ask questions from the tables using SQL queries, like returning the list of running processes, a user account created on the host, and the process of communicating with certain suspicious domains. It is widely used by security analysts, incident responders, threat hunters, etc.
I fucking totally didn't even get it.
Osquery is an open source agent created by Facebook in 2014. It converts the operating system into a relational database. It allows us to ask questions from the tables using
Using
SQL
SQL.
queries, like returning the list of running processes, a user account created on the host, and the process of communicating with certain suspicious domains. It is widely used by security analysts, incident responders, threat hunters, etc. Osquery can be installed on multiple
Windows,
platforms:
Linux.
Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and FreeBSD.
So this is. Yeah, new damn mention Malibu. I'm on the Discord server. So if I go to, what's my Discord link do? Huh. Had to get back at you. Had to get back at you. I got the wrong link on my shit. I had to get back at you. That's why no one joined it. I got the wrong link on there. Hey. Blue strips. There we go. That'll do it. Blue strips. Bare tits on the strip club. That's why it didn't work. Well, I got the. Alright, let's try it. Boy, mad at you. Had to get back at you. Had to get back at you. There we go. Baby Dick Brand, that's my name. So it converts operating system to relational. Huh. So it turns out into like a SQL-like database. Starting. Osquery. Is my name James on this? Blue strips, bare tits in the strip club. This is Zena.
a whole lot of ways to interrogate data and information from an endpoint, a device, from a machine, from a computer, and one of the coolest ways to do that is to treat the whole operating system like a database. And in this video, we're going to play with that. I want to showcase Osquery within a TryHackMe room, or exercise, or lab, or environment that we can play with it, and it's already all spun up and installed for us. I'll include a link in the video description, but if you are online on TryHackMe.com and you move into the Learn section, you can take a look at some of the different learning paths, whether or not you're getting into offensive security or defensive security, red teaming or blue teaming, all the things you could learn to get into cybersecurity. In this video, we're going to go explore a component of the SOC Level 1 learning path, and it teaches you all about becoming a security analyst. Whether or not you're going to be junior, intermediate, senior, advanced, all of this is a component into like the web interface. It looks like we will get started with the PowerShell terminal pinned on the taskbar. That is that blue icon down below, and we'll enter the command OS.
Huh.
One of the ways to interact with Osquery is by using the interactive mode. Open the terminal and run Osquery. To understand the tool, run the .help command in the interactive terminal, as shown below.
Fuck. Fuck. Alright, let's try that again. I fucked it up already. See me fucking up one time. Alright, well let's just get to it. I'll be on that forever. I just did that. Alright. About table. It's the same thing. Table or tables gives me the same command, same output. Well, how much candy you eating, buddy? I think you're done eating candy, okay? Go wash your hands and face. What'd you eat, William? What'd you eat? What'd you eat? Chocolates. Good. What did you eat? Huh? Go wash your hands and face. do I get different results with just dot table? Okay, that's pretty cool. So technically I should just be so I should be able to use PowerShell. Hmm. Well, it didn't work for me. Ah, whatever. I don't care that much.
In the above example, 4 tables are returned that contain the word user. Understanding the table schema, table names are not enough to know what information it contains without actually querying it. Knowledge of columns and types, known as a schema, for each table is also helpful. We can list a table schema with the following meta command, .schema table _name. Here, we are interested in understanding the columns in the user's table.
Schema. Hate SQL. Schema. Users.
The above result provides the column names like username, description, PID followed by respective data types like big-int, text, integer, etc. Let us pick a few columns from this schema and use SQL query to ask Osquery to display the columns from the user table using the following syntax.
With a following syntax. Alright. Wait, how tall is that bitch? I wonder how tall that bitch is. 5'6". 6'7". Damn, I'm just like tall as shit. I'm like 5'10". Wait, maybe I should put 6 foot in there. I got no compliments. I have 0 compliments. Select come on 1, 2, 3 room table. You already need it. I don't know what the different columns are. I don't even see where description or none of that is. I don't really understand it. Motherfucker. What do you mean when we query? It gives me that basic ass shit, and then boom. I don't fucking know. I'll go Google that now.
Osquery with Osquery. List tables in the... Let me get back to that. We could just... They do this for user. It's using in sort of a cramped vertical setup that we're in right now. Maybe it's not the best to try and display it out like a table with ASCII art and all that. We could actually check out different modes if we wanted to view, maybe a mode in list format. That way it'll be a little bit easier to read and look through what we're actually exploring and seeing in the database here. Couple questions. Hey, how many tables are returned when we query table process in the interactive mode of Osquery? We ran that just a moment ago. That answer is 3 from what I remember.
What? When the fuck did we do that? Oh, dot table process. Which is 3. Four. 5. I knew it was something like that.
Looking at the schema of the processes table, which column displays the process ID for the particular process? Well, we did that a moment ago. What is it, PID? That's probably what we're going to be up against. Yeah, I see it right here, just underneath us running the command PID for process ID. Let's enter that. Examine the help command. How many output display modes are available for the .mode command? Well, we saw that just a moment ago. It was a little bit messy and hard to read, but looks like, okay, we have CSV, we have column, line, list, and pretty. So that's what, 5? Yep, let's try that. Cool, now we can dig into the schema documentation. They scroll up here, and it actually links us, and I really, really appreciate that. It tells us, hey, go check out the real documentation. Actually go see all the manual instructions for how you might be able to learn more about Osquery. Now, at the time of writing, that lab and that environment actually had the Osquery version as 5.5.1, and you might be able to see it. I realize my face is in the way, but actually in the top right, you can toggle that to the current. Which is 5.82 at the time recording. But for the focus of this lab exercise environment, let's remain on 5.5.1. They actually said, hey, go ahead and change this to tables that are compatible with different architectures, different operating systems, excuse me. Right now, it'll probably just show all platforms, or at least, okay, everything that might be an option across maybe Mac, maybe Linux, maybe Windows, whatever you're up against. But if we just set it to Windows, as it is what we're looking at inside of our virtual machine, that gives us about 106 tables. All the things that we might be able to actually learn about inside the documentation, not just that .help command. But that way we can get a description for every single column, for every single kind of table, and really see everything that's available to us. Now, TryHackMe's explanation also goes through this, and just as I toggled it to Windows, they explain that just as well. And if we're actually taking a look here, in that version 5.5.1, how many tables are returned when we select both Linux and Windows?
That's 56. You're 180.
Notes. Well, let's go take a look. I will scroll back up to the top and let's select Linux alongside Windows. And that gives me 56 tables I can see in the top left here. So let's enter that. Looking good. How about for Mac? Okay. Toggle that. Let's get to Mac. That's 180. I can see in the top left. Let's enter that. In the Windows operating system, which table is used to display the installed programs? Ooh, okay. So, hey, having fun with this. It gives me a little bit of chance to explore.
Registry value. That's name. Data.
Maybe reinforce what I'm learning here, maybe get hands-on in some education, application-based, practical way. Let me go ahead and hit Control F on my keyboard so that I can search and find in this page. I do want to look for installed contains the registry value with their type and of course the description. Looks like the data is what contains the contents of a registry value. So the answer there, I'm going to assume matching those 4 stars, is data. Perfect, perfect. Now let's go ahead and create some SQL queries.
Fucking trans. Fucking trans women hitting dudes hitting me up, whatever you call them.
Again, everything that we were just kind of alluding to is that we'll use the select statement. We want to end up querying things from the operating system and the file system, everything on this device and endpoint, but that's really all it takes. So we could try to, I don't know, select all, like a star, from programs, and I realize my face is in the way, so let me bring this line down a little bit. Go and select star from programs. And they use limit 1 here, so only 1 result will be returned. Note that you do have to include a semicolon here. If you don't, it'll kind of give.
Oh yeah, that's how you finish it. No. Crashed, damn it. I forgot about the semicolons. Yeah, in SQL tables you got to. Is it not letting me type? What the fuck? I crashed it. What the fuck? What did I do? Why is it not letting me type nothing?
Give you a secondary prompt, like it's waiting and it's asking for more input from you, you will always have to include a semicolon to end the command of the line that you're trying to run. So that's all that it takes. And my mode.
Well, I fucking crashed the VM, I guess. I'll wait for that thing to load again. When is Carter 6 coming out? What happened to Carter 5? Is Carter 5 a thing?
Y'all ready? The vapors and
I mean, the last one.
It's great, but I make a sound like Tony the Tiger. I own the right when I'm on the edge. I put up 5. Dead. Anger, I'm loose. I'll just keep right up. All my niggas like my nigga. Living like we.
Let it all work out. Huh. Wait for that bitch to load. I'm gonna get this knocked out. Oh damn, that's another long one right there.
The SQL language implemented in Osquery is not an entire SQL language that you might be accustomed to, but rather it's a superset of SQLite. Realistically, all your queries will start with a select statement. This makes sense because, with Osquery, you are only querying information on an endpoint. You won't be updating or deleting any information/data on the endpoint. The exception to the rule, using other SQL statements, such as update and delete, is possible, but only if you're creating runtime tables, views, or using an extension if the extension supports them. Your queries will also include a from clause and end with a semicolon. Realistically, all your queries will start with a select statement. This makes sense because, with Osquery, you are only querying information on an endpoint. You won't be updating or deleting any information/data on the endpoint.
Yeah, not like a database. What is
The
a
exception
database?
to the rule, using other SQL statements, such as update and delete, is possible, but only if you're creating runtime tables, views, or using an extension if the extension supports them. Your queries will also include a from clause and end with a semicolon. Exploring installed programs. If you wish to retrieve all the information about the installed programs on the endpoint, first understand the table schema either using the .schema programs command in the interactive mode or use the documentation here.
I don't understand the fucking schema shit. Well, holy shit, why am I down here that far?
Mode did not seem to stick. Did I get that wrong? Mode lines, how about that? Let's try and run that one more time. I'm using the up arrow on my keyboard to be able to see that. And I'll include the semicolon here. There we go. Now we have...
That looks easier. There we go.
have a little bit more of a better and easily read display. Okay, so hey, we just got the very first with the limit 1, only return 1 result for programs that we wanted to query. Now it's different from their example. They expressed that it very well could be, but rather than using the star, we could actually go ahead and get any specific column or field that we want based off of their name. They showcase an example here with, okay, version, install location, install date, all these other columns that we saw in the schema of the table. Looking good. Now we could go ahead and select the count, a little bit of a function that we might wrap around with all of the results from our programs table. Again, I'll use that semicolon. Looks like I have 19.
Buddy. We'll play in a second, okay?
Okay. Can I watch you work?
You wanna watch me work?
Yeah.
Oh, grab a chair or something. You wanna grab a chair?
Yeah, but my chair's not soft enough.
Oh.
Yeah, but I can't.
present on this device here. And we can actually drill down and actually set filters. We could use a where clause to say, look, I only want to return results. I only want to get entries and records that match where a username or a column, whatever field we want, is.
Huh.
Like that.
You want this chair?
Like that one?
Yeah, you want to sit in this one?
Yeah, to watch you.
Then put that one up. Put that back. Might want to put a cushion in this one.
What?
You probably put a cushion in this one.
Is actually equal to any value, any criteria that we suggest. Here they're looking for users where their username is James, setting the equals there, and they have a bunch of these conditional operators that are listed out, and you might even be able to do like substring searching if you use like. One of that special keywords that might allow us to say, hey, is something like this, does it contain the word user or anything we kind of really want to match? They use this with a wildcard that is no longer an asterisk when we're working inside of a string. It's actually a % sign. So that's something we can keep in mind, and they showcase some examples for that. And of course, I'm sorry, if I'm just speed running, maybe a little bit of a crash course through this, of course, I really, really encourage you to go fire this up and try it yourself. That's the fun of TryHackMe, is that you can do this at your own pace and really get hands-on and explore. So look at it, all the stuff that they're drilling down into and stuff that we might already be familiar with if you're really always working in databases to begin with. So hey, it was asking how many programs are installed on this host. We saw 19 from doing...
Oh, yeah, we got 19, yeah. And the where clause. The where clause. Joining tables using join function Osquery. Can you join tables? I don't care about SQL. Where ID represents the user responsible. We got 19. Using the OS query, where's the description for user? For the user. Creative artist. It's boring, ain't it?
Yeah.
that just a moment ago. Oh. Submit that. What is the description for the user James? Ooh, okay, so here we can use that
Creative
where
artist.
clause. Let's go ahead and select
So you can tell I don't really care about SQL tables.
description. I'm going to assume is the column name from the users table where username is equal to James. And note that I'm using single quotes to denote a string there. I'll go ahead and hit enter, and it tells me it is a creative artist. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter that as our answer. Perfect. Now here they actually give us the query. So we can select path, key, name from registry where key is equal to HKey users. We're trying to find the full SID, or the security identifier descriptor thing, of the user with the RID 1009. Okay, so let's try to select. There, I typed out what they suggest.
Select path, key. What can I just... for this query. Okay. What's the full SID? Or the RID? One 1009. What was he saying?
Suggested there, and I'm not seeing anything come through. Did I have a typo, or is it just sensitive on the strings? Let me use the single quotes there. How about that? Oh my goodness, I forgot the one that I actually need to have a K for. I just can't read or write, apparently. Okay, so here are a couple that have including the whole SID, and it just ends in that 1009, which should be our RID or our RID. So now we can copy and paste that and select that as our SID. I'll enter that there, looking...
Well, they wanted that without it. What are they wanting? Is that it? There we go. That's it.
My leg is broken.
Oh. We run the phone. Wait, what is the Internet Explorer browser? So select all from extensions. William, shh, be quiet. DLL. Internet frame from.
Good. All right, let's see if I can actually type and actually include the keys that we need. The next question, let's look for our IE extensions. Oh.
What's the full name of the program return? Wireshark. There we go.
Man, I'm trying really hard for this. We note that op Wireshark version. Let's move on to the very, very last one. And now we need to know which table stores the evidence of process execution in the Windows operating system. Ooh, I want to go take a look at the documentation.
Ooh, yeah.
Control F for like execution.
Okay.
Application compatibility cache contains artifacts of execution. Is that right? Shim cache? Yeah, let's try that. How about shim cache? Any luck? Nope, I got it wrong.
No.
What is this? User assist registry key that tracks when a user executes an application from Windows Explorer.
User assist?
Is it user assist? User assist. Yay! Okay, cool. That's fun. That is the TryHackMe, like, ooh, just figure it out, try to learn something new, and really be able to sanity check our answers here. I like
That's
that.
right.
One of the users
That's
seems
right.
to have executed a program to remove traces from disk. What is the name of that program? Well, we have the path, application file path, and the last execution time and count and SID in here. So path should include the file name, right? Let's go ahead and select path from user assist. How about that? Clear the screen so we have a little bit more real estate. Let's select path from user assist. Semicolon there, and oh goodness, there's a lot. Trying to scroll up here. Oh, James has a weird one. Disk wipe. That E is trailing off. Diskwipe.exe. That sure sounds like, hey, remove traces from disk. Let me paste in diskwipe, and that is correct. Let's search for a VPN installed on this host. Okay, so we can do some critical thinking. We know how to do this, right? We could select, what is it, all. Let's just try to get everything from our programs where we know things are installed, where the name is like. Again, the strings here with percent signs is a wild card. And VPN, I want to have inside of the name. How about that? Can I just use that with the semicolon there? Ooh, Proton VPN. We can see that Proton VPN is the name of the VPN that they have installed. Let's see if that is the correct answer. I'm going to assume it is. Looking good. How many services are running on this host? Well, we know the count syntax really easy now, right? Let me select count all, and we want that to be from services. Probably a table that works fine. Yep, 214. Dunzo. A table auto-exec contains a list of executables that are automatically executed on the target machine. Well, like startup entries. There seems to be a batch file that runs automatically. What is the name of that batch file with its file extension? Okay, so let's just select name. Is name a thing that we could use from auto-exec? Let's just try it. Let's explore. Taking a little bit of time to return the results on that one. Is it just slow? Hit and enter. Maybe auto-exec is just a giant table. Oh yeah, okay. Just pulling stuff down. Oh, there we go. Okay, name is bat_startup.bat. I'm going to assume that's it, right? Batch script that would run on startup, probably a bat_startup.bat. Submit. What is the full path of the file found in the above question? That is the last in the list. Could we just get path from there? I think that's worth an educated guess. Select path from exec, where name is equal to bat_startup.bat. That's a fine syntax for us, right? We can try.
Or name equals. Or name equals back startup. It's loading.
By that, cruising through it. I'm sure we'll get a result in just a second here. Okay, cool. Looks like, okay, the path is included, and because there were multiple entries, right, we can see it was listed twice.
It was listed twice. It's taking a second. It's taking a second. We're gonna get there.
Yay!
On the last question. I don't really care about SQL.
Twice in the names, it actually gave us 2 results. We could use our limit 1 there if we only wanted 1 result rather than the duplicate, but take a look.
Is it going? There we go. Oh, that was not it. There we go. We did it. Alright, we're finna play Monster Truck game real quick in a second.
Yeah.
Sure is taking forever. This one came with a video with all the answers, so it's fine with me.
I want to watch this skateboard.
Huh?
I want to watch this skateboard video again because it's my favorite.
Skateboard videos? You want some skateboard videos? Alright, hang on.
Okay.
Wait for this to finish. You know I skateboard.
What?
You know I skateboard.
I haven't skateboarded for a long time.
Ooh boy, did it. Yeah. Alright guys, we're finna play a game real quick for a little bit.